How y'all doing? Uh, Welcome back to what we gonna call Talking with Big Fella, where we talk to all type of cool ass people about cool ass things. Today's guest, we got America's favorite comedian. That's what it say on his Instagram page.
Of all time, thank you.
Yeah, of all time. And you know, if it's on Instagram, it must be true. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Chad Riden.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me here.
Woo! I just heard claps in my mind.
We'll edit those in later.
Yeah. Nah, I think Cam say, no, this is one shot
Live
thing,
to tape,
man.
we're done.
Yeah, this is it, man.
That's the only way to do it. Like, that's what kills me is like doing something in post-production. I'm like, okay, I just shot this with 5 cameras. Now what am I going to do with it? Sit on that footage for the next 10 years.
Uh-huh. And look for an editor that's going to overcharge you and under-deliver.
Yeah.
Nah, that's I don't mean to say that about editors, man. They cool people, too.
But they are flaky. And
man.
And that's the thing. It's like that's one of the reasons that appeals to me about this place is like if I can do something live to tape, if all my friends have to do is show up and be funny, like they can do that.
Real shit.
You know?
That's all the way real.
Yeah.
It's like editors and web designers.
I'm both. That's the thing. It's
Oh,
like,
my God.
So, yeah, I majored in
man.
broadcasting, and I worked in local TV and radio in Knoxville, and then I moved here to do comedy and started doing web development because I could triple my salary immediately. So I did web development for a good 10, 15 years. And, yeah, I'm as flaky as anybody. I'm the worst. Are you kidding me? Because, like, I was in a hotel room in Wichita somewhere getting work done in between beers, you know, in between shows. And so it's like, you know, yeah, my work got sporadic and then I got off track as far as staying up to date on all the latest trends. So it's like, if you ask me to build a website now, I could do it, but it's not going to be great. And it's not going to be done as fast as some kid in his 20s who's been working hard at this. I'm done.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
really, I mean, even easier, man, we just take that long flight to India, man. And
That's it. I get on Fiverr all the time, and I'm looking at, like, I'm trying to build an app, and like, here, it would take thousands of dollars in a team, and they would own half of it, and some guy in India told me, he's like, I'll do that for $300 cash, you keep all the code. I'm like, done. Like, we're ready. Sorry, America, the jobs are going elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm broke, and I got stuff to do, man.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to all my my Indian friends, man.
Thank you for your service.
Man. Woo. And I love, what's my favorite dish, man? A good tandoori.
See, like, sitar here in town, like I wanted to go and immerse myself in other cultures, but like sometimes with the pandemic, like what that entails is me getting takeout from my favorite places in town.
Nah, see
and
what
just
you
going
do.
nuts.
What you do if you want to immerse yourself in the culture, you gotta find the culture who got a buffet.
Yes.
And then that's how you immerse yourself. You
Yeah.
sit kind of close to it almost.
Yeah.
And bam, you might as well be in India.
Well, all right.
That's kind of disrespectful.
That's as close as I'm gonna get,
Me too.
except by marriage or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Okay, I'm gonna get off that one before I say something else. Don't need to be said, man.
Yeah.
So Chad, man, first off, man, thank you for coming in here.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
Man, hell yeah. So, the sponsoring thought of you coming in here, even though I know you just wanted to come look at my pretty face, man, and tell me I'm beautiful, you are doing a comedy show here on Kneecap, man.
Right here at Kneecap, it's going to be a National Stand Up is a nonprofit organization that tasked with promoting local comedy in Nashville and the comedians around town. We produce shows and other stuff, and so we're doing a National Stand Up showcase.
So it's a comedy nonprofit?
It is. So yeah. So like we create stage time and other opportunities for young comics. So some kid wants to be a comedian, he doesn't know how to do it. We'll tell him everything he needs to know, get him on stage, and help him along his way as long as he needs us or wants us.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, the cool thing about stand-up is it's a very small circle of people who really do this for a living. And so, when you see somebody who's young and funny, you want to help because you remember when you were that kid who didn't know what was going on. And so, you know, it's a good way to hang out and laugh and meet the funniest people you're ever going to meet in your life.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's no greater joy to me than to book somebody who's been coming out to open mics for a few months and doesn't know anything, like just has 5 minutes of fire. It's my favorite thing in the world to book that person on their first real show that's booked,
That's
and
real.
then put them on stage and give them, you know, a little tiny bit of money.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
it comes from the heart.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the funny. Like when I see somebody do stand up for the first time ever, I don't care how good or bad they were, as long as they were cool and they weren't disrespectful to the room or or off or like
Yeah,
a terrible
yeah.
person. I will definitely buy that person a beer as soon as they get off stage and tell them to keep coming out, because that's a tradition that was done for me,
Yeah.
and that's what you do for the new guys when they come out. You
That's
try
real.
to now week 2, if they come out and they do that same lame material and they don't get any laughs, I'm not even going to make eye contact with them.
Yeah.
But that first week, I'm gonna,
Like,
because
you
it's
did
hard.
it.
It's hard
You
to try
did
that
it.
for the first time. So it's like I want to reward that and make them feel welcome in our scene.
Man, I tell you what happened to me in my comedy journey, right?
Oh yeah.
So, all my friends who are comedians, they always tell me, like, nah, they say, you got the hard part, which is the stage presence. There's
Yeah.
like, a lot of people got to actually do a bunch of shows to get the stage presence part.
Right.
I was good at, and I'm real good at just being funny on stage. Because, I mean, I've been hosting stuff for a long time.
Sure.
But it was the actual trying to be a comedian part.
Yeah.
Adding the jokes and all that. And then I started reading books because I feel like if you're going to do something, it's an art form.
Yeah.
Like a craft, like respect the art form.
Mhm.
And it's a difference between just being a funny person and a comedian.
Yeah, and you see that at open mics every single time, where it's the funniest guy in the office shows up and he wants to do something. And, your internet forwards aren't going to fly
Oh,
in front of
man.
a group of people.
Oh, no.
And they'll give you some leeway if they know it's your first time. But if you're not funny, like they're not going to laugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. But you're right. Like I can teach somebody how to write a joke, and you could read so many books
Yeah.
about how to write a joke, structure, do all this stuff. But you can't teach somebody how to have a good personality, how to be
Yeah.
engaging, how to be interesting. Like
Yeah.
you can't teach any of that.
It was interesting because it's like, man, I think I might join the comedy nonprofit, man. I think you might be able to help me, man.
Come on out, yeah.
Okay. Where do y'all do it at?
So like around town, like every bar and restaurant has got a stage and a mic set up.
Yeah.
And so we sneak in on those off nights. So like there's an open mic at the East Room on Tuesdays.
That's where I started my open mic journey, man.
Yeah. Oh, the East Room is the best, and they're so supportive. We broke the Guinness World Record there several times for the longest stand-up comedy show, multiple comedians. We did that there.
What is the longest?
Well, previously the record was 80 hours, done by the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles a while back, and so we doubled it. We did 184 hours and 16 minutes. That's 8 days basically of nonstop comedy.
What you mean nonstop?
Nonstop. We
Like
did not
literal.
take a break. So every comic had to do at least 15 minutes, and they couldn't come on stage for another 4 hours. And we just had to schedule it. So, some guys would come up and do an hour-long set, or and some people would just come up and do 15, 20 minutes, but we'd stage them throughout the week, or as long as they were in town. And so we'd put people at multiple times and have big celebrities show up and just do one spot and get out, but also like
back
our
to back
guys
to back to back to back.
constantly. So one guy gets off stage, MC runs back up, and me or my partner DJ Buckley, who envisioned and co-produced this festival with me, would run up on stage and introduce the next guy, just lick as fast as you can. And
Nuts.
yeah, so we did that. We thought the only thing dumber than breaking a world record, doubling a world record like that, it would be to break your own world record by 5 minutes. So that's what we did for the next 3 years. Is we broke our own world record by 5 minutes every time as part of the Nashville Comedy Festival. So
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
it's crazy. It's the greatest, dumbest thing we ever did 4 times. Yeah, we'll do it again as soon as we're able to like get together and do
Yeah.
something like that where you've got 200 people in a room for 8
Yeah.
days straight. We'll do that.
yeah. Well, man, tell me about the comedy show y'all doing here, man.
So this is going to be a pretty straight showcase where I'm going to bring in some of the funniest cats in town, and we're going to have each of them do basically what I'm going to suggest to them is to do like their Tonight Show 5. So if the
Yeah.
Tonight Show calls you tomorrow and says, "Come on over and do your best 5 minutes," that's what I want out of them.
Yeah.
Now what they do is up to them, but that's the direction I'm going to give them, and we'll see what we get out of it. So I'm trying to, and so we'll have a live audience, and we'll have all kinds of fun going on in here. So it's a good taping, but
Yeah.
then they'll come out of here with like a 3-6 camera tape of
Yeah.
them doing well,
Yeah.
doing their best stuff, and that's invaluable. Like if you're submitting to festivals or whatever.
All the
And
way.
also, it's content for the channel. You know?
Yeah.
So
So you just doing it one time, or is it gonna be like a?
this will be the first. So I'm going to do that often, but I also want to produce a bunch of other stuff here. We got a bunch of ideas. I got a bunch of collaborators that are getting ready, a bunch of the local comics that are very disappointed that they can't really tour right now.
Yeah.
That have all this creative energy, and nowhere to really do it. Like now, I built a TV studio in my living room, and I live stream and produce stuff in my house a lot, and a lot of other guys do that too. But like this is so much better, and this is a beautiful facility, and so we thought, why not take all this stuff we're already doing, all these ideas we got bouncing around, and bring them in here and give it to the people.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. I don't see a timer up. Is it a timer? Can we get a timer up? I just want to know where we at.
We're just gonna go nonstop.
No,
forever.
we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going like this is real, man. Y'all hear us talking. There it go. There it go. Boom.
Nice.
Boom. You know what? We're gonna go to a non-commercial break real quick.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. Just to have a break in between.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
we can come back. All right, so now we coming back, Cam. We coming back. That cool to have that in there? Okay. I know, I already know. All right, we back like we never left. I'm back with my man, Chad Riden, with the Nashville Comedy Festival.
Well, we'll do that next April, but
What's the nonprofit called?
nonprofit is called Nashville Stand Up, and the website's nashvillestandup.com.
Oh, Nashville Stand Up is where you go to find out all the open mics, right?
That's right. So we got a list of open mics. There's open mics every day of the week, sometimes 3 or 4 a night, and we got a list up there. And then, if you check out our
Okay.
Instagram, you see all the flyers and all the photos of these idiots out trying to make people laugh every night. And we try to, like Nashville Comedy on Twitter is a sister account of ours where we basically just retweet all the Nashville comics and try to get more eyeballs on these funny idiots,
Where you from originally, man?
Born in South Carolina, raised in Chicago, and I've been in Tennessee since '87 and Nashville since 2000.
Damn.
So
okay.
I feel like I've lived in Nashville longer than I've lived anywhere else.
Me
so
too.
this is home to me.
I had that realization the other day. Somebody was like, "Where you from?" I was like, "From Detroit." I was like, "But I've been here since '99."
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I've been in Nashville longer than I was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Does that make you? Can you officially say you from? Like, how does that work?
I tell
man?
people I'm from a small fishing village on one of Neptune's moons. It's less questions. Like you tell somebody you're from Nashville, like native. Were you born here? What hospital? It's like, leave me alone. Are you checking? Like, do you want to see my papers? Is that the problem? Like, come on. I predate the Gulch. When I moved here, the Gulch was burned out old warehouses where bands shot sad music videos. Does that count me as a Nashvilleian?
Yeah.
Capitol View used to be Hell's Half Acre. I know that. Does that make me Nashville?
Man. Man.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
When you start doing comedy?
Almost immediately, as soon as I got here, so the fall, like November of 2000.
Were you doing, so you just like, I'm gonna do comedy. Tell me how the
So
hell that
I've been
happened?
writing jokes. I mean, I knew when I was a little kid. When I was in like 3rd grade, I started watching Letterman on TV, and I was reading Mad Magazine and listening to Weird Al. And I thought, this is what I want to do. But there's nobody in show business in my family, and the internet didn't exist, and so it's like I had no way of knowing that this was a real career path I could actually do.
Yeah.
But I saw as I got into David Letterman more and more, I saw, okay, well, he worked in local TV and radio and then moved to LA and did comedy. I thought, okay, well, I will do that. And so, like, I went to college, doing TV stuff in Knoxville, and I realized it's like, these people don't want to produce comedy shows at these local stations I'm working at. They don't care, and there's nowhere to perform in town. I was like, I'm wasting my life. So, I started looking, like, where can I go do comedy? And I looked at Atlanta and Nashville, and Nashville was in state, and Zanies had a pretty fire lineup, and so I was like, let's do that. And there was a girl over here I wanted, so I moved here for a girl, and accidentally ended up at Zanies. But no, I went to open mics, and after 3 months open mics, like I had a weekly show at Zanies that lasted 11 months, and then they started using me as a house MC there for the next 5-6 years, and then I was on the road full time. So
yeah.
It's been wild, and I've been able to work with everybody who I admire and respect. And
That's dope, ain't it?
It's insane. We're so lucky in this town to have that, because a lot of towns have comedy clubs, but they don't have the caliber of talent that Zanies draws in here.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty amazing.
So, quick side note.
Yeah,
That girl.
didn't work out. I stayed with her for 3 days. And then I was out, and I was sleeping on
3 days.
3 days, and so I was staying with my buddy for a couple weeks before I got my own place. But yeah, she, God bless her, I love her. But
You ever see her on Facebook or anything?
I'm off Facebook, but I know that she's doing really well. She's in Atlanta. She's got a family. I wish her the best. She's one of my favorite people of all time.
Man, you just said you were off Facebook so fast.
I'm
and so-
out.
Yeah, what happened, man?
I'm just done. Like after all the misinformation that has been spread or in the last 5-6 years, I don't know. I think Facebook is the problem, and they're not going anywhere to fix it. They're not. And the only reason I was ever on there was to promote shows.
Yeah.
And all of that's been neutered. So
Yeah.
like if I post my show flyers and Facebook events and stuff like that,
It ain't
it doesn't
even
hit the
going.
eyeballs that it used to.
No.
And they will charge you for advertising, but it doesn't. Like I see my web stats on my website. I'm a nerd, and I know the traffic is not coming from Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So like when they tell me those numbers, I know it's lies.
Yeah.
So I'm out. Like there's no reason for me to be there anymore. Yeah.
Man, I like your style, man. You got principles and you stand on them.
I do, yeah. So I will destroy my own life to do some vigilante justice. If I think somebody is messing up and they need to be taken down,
Yeah.
I will destroy my own life to make a point that nobody even cares about.
You know what, man?
I will do that over and over again.
Somebody cares.
Yeah, well, I do.
Yeah,
you know?
even when it's happening, you can always remember that.
Yeah.
I care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So back to the show. When is the show?
So let's see. We're doing
On
the
the
taping on September 25th. I believe that's a Saturday at 7 p.m. And we'll have a bunch of heavy hitters. So far, we've got Jasper Platt, Sean Parrott, DJ Buckley, Josh Lewis, and there's a handful of other people that I can't mention yet that we're waiting on confirmation. But
Okay.
it's going to be the best of the best, and we'll do this several more times and keep bringing in.
So
Quality.
this is gonna be like it's gonna happen again and again.
Yeah, I
This
want
is
to
just
do
the first of many.
Yes, I would like to do this particular show once a month, and
Yeah.
have like constantly bringing people in who are funny, and then putting up these short sets so that we can constantly introduce the audience to these brilliant comics that are working really really hard.
Yeah.
Who you should know.
Yeah.
And honestly will know. Like one of the best, most famous comics working right now is Nate Bargatze, and he's from here. And he moved to Chicago for a while, he moved to New York for a while, he moved to LA for a while, but he's back here because he can at this point in his career. He doesn't need LA.
Yeah.
LA needs him.
Yeah.
So he's back here, but like literally everybody could have the same story that guy does. He barely graduated high school, dropped out of college after a semester, but he's the funniest dude you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And you can do that too. And some of these guys in town are on that path where
Yeah.
they will achieve, national, international fame and success. And the greatest thing for me is going to an open mic and seeing somebody go up for the first time ever who is going to be great.
Yeah.
But then there's also, on that same show, somebody who's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Who will be there around for maybe a couple years, then you'll never see him again. But every conversation you have with every other comic for the
You
next
remember
decade,
that damn
you'll ask
dude.
about that dude. You remember
Yeah.
that guy? What the hell happened to him?
Yeah.
Like that's
Like I
what's
seen
fun to
him
me.
at Shoney's.
yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool when you have, especially where Nashville is. And what I heard was, you might know more about this than me, man. I heard that Nashville is one of the, biggest up-and-coming scenes for comedy? Is this true?
It's on the rise. I wouldn't say the biggest. I mean, you've always got your big classic comedy scenes. New York, L.A., Chicago is always going to be the top three.
Yeah.
And then Minneapolis is amazing. Boston, always amazing. Austin, the biggest travel cities you want to go to anyway, all have great comedy scenes. San Francisco, but Nashville has exploded. I've been here 20 years, and when I started, there was one open mic once a week, and now, like I say, there's 3-4 a night. There's tons of local showcases where it's booked. It's not open mic. It's carefully hand-selected comics coming in to do their best, whatever, 10, 15.
Yeah.
And curated shows, different theme shows. We got Zanies, we've got Third Coast, we've got the Comedy Bar downtown on 3rd, and then you've got independently run rooms. And like I say, stuff that goes on at the East Room, which is a huge supporter of Nashville comedy.
Yeah.
And all these other clubs in town, like Exit In, like Basement East, like all these clubs will do a good show if we put together a good lineup and I pitch it to them. Springwater, same deal.
Yeah.
Like they're eager and excited to have these brilliant comics coming from out of town and these guys in town that they want to support and uplift as well. So it's been Like Nashville's an amazing town, as you know, full of
Man.
so much industry and media, and it's a high caliber of talent on
Yeah,
these
it
stages
is.
already.
Yeah, it
So
is.
if you're not good as a comic, you're not going to cut it. Like people are, the audiences in Nashville expect a high level of entertainment, and so you
Yeah.
really got to bring it.
Entertainment all around.
All right. So so it's been good to come up in this scene, and because all boats will rise, with so it's been Nashville's a special place, and it's interesting and different than most other markets you go to.
So you kind of like you down there like Comedy Moses, huh?
I don't know if it's biblical what we're doing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know.
So you split it wide open. I mean, really, honestly, that's where I checked that for my open mics. I went to the Nashville stand-up.
.com,
Yeah, I didn't know that was you, man. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
You the man for real.
Well, another comic set up that site late 90s, and then he moved to Bosnia to teach and train young women how not to be sold as sex slaves.
Shut the hell up. Are you
Absolutely
serious?
real. And he was over there on some grant, and he's a comic, but he was over there on some like government grant doing that good work. And then he started a media company over there, and he's a multimillionaire running a media network over there. And so when he was moving out of Nashville, he was like, "Chad, you're a nerd. Do you want this website?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so at the time, it was just a list of like the 8 comics in town who had a website and a link to Zanies, and that's it. And I, tried to build a community and do some other stuff. And so we've come a long way, and we filed papers to be a official nonprofit, public charity. Actually, is the designation we have. So because we're doing good work for people who don't know how to do this. Like we're teaching.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. Okay, since I did one, I got to do another one.
All right,
man. We're gonna go to one more of these non-commercial breaks.
All right,
because you can't have no call to action on Kneecap, man.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, you can't tell them to go do nothing.
Right.
But I can tell you to go away and come back in a couple minutes.
Better not.
Yeah. All right. And we're back. Ooh, that was so fast, wasn't it?
Quick.
That was so fast, like it never even happened.
Yeah, lightning.
So we here with my man, Chad Riden. It's been really cool. Man, it's been cool sitting here, actually. That's why I'm glad we kind of saved the conversation more for now than talking before. Because, you're a pretty interesting dude, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I try my best. Everybody's not a fan. I ran for governor a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. I ran for mayor like 8 years ago. And I'm looking.
You really ran for governor?
Yeah, I did. I got 1,096 votes of true believers, Chattitarians out there. Came in 14th out of 28 different candidates. I'm trying, man. And the media didn't really know how to handle that because they're like, "You're a comic who does publicity stunts. We know you. You break the same Guinness World Record over and over and over. You ran for mayor." Like they didn't know how to take it. And then every time I went to any event to talk, I just said exactly what I thought. And talk smack about Bill Lee and all of his little cronies and Marsha Blackburn. Like I just said what I actually feel, and people hated it. So I lost work as a comic, and I did not make any inroads. It didn't bring me the fame and fortune and publicity that I was looking for.
Man,
it hurt me to no end. It devastated my career.
That was like completely not where I expected you was going with it.
No, it ruined my life. It honestly ruined my life. It drained my finances. Like it's just a money pit. It's a money machine. If you're not a millionaire, and that's the thing. You tell somebody you're running for governor, they're like, "You're insane.
Yeah.
Only millionaires.
Yeah.
This is a game for millionaires. You're out of your mind."
Yeah.
And I am.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
It sounds fun, man.
Yeah, I'll never do it again.
It sounds fun. You gonna run for anything else?
I don't know. I'm thinking about running against Marsha Blackburn, quite honestly.
I think that'd be sweet. I'd be down to help you.
Yeah. I'm just so tired of these people talking about how they represent Tennesseans or Christians or whatever. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You're the exact opposite of both of those things.
Man, these people are pretty whack, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This
is a horrifying world, and I'm just trying to have some fun and spread some light to some people in this world of darkness.
You're doing it, man. You supporting the comedians, man. People need that shit, man. And you doing it, man. You spreading the funny. And that's what people need.
Thank you.
But like Marsha Blackburn, she is pretty whack.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's
awful
like
person.
I can't believe 2020 showed me what 2020 showed me. most people are dumb as hell.
Yes.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
I thought people were way smarter than they are.
Nope, they will disappoint you, and that's the thing. Like you start writing
Yeah.
jokes about dumb people, the audience is small. Like you better write jokes about making fun of, because do you want to be successful? Why are you
Yeah.
making fun of dumb people?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's the worst,
Yeah.
man. It's
Yeah, it is
absolutely
the worst, man. But it's, I was watching this thing about, what is it? What's the dude from Key and Peele? Michael Key?
Yeah.
He did this history of, I don't think it was stand-up, I think it was sketch comedy
Okay.
on Audible. It was like,
I'll have
it's
to check
pretty,
that out.
it's pretty dope. It's
Yeah.
pretty dope. And he's breaking it down, and he's talking about like the court gestures. And he was like, that was the only person, nobody could talk shit to the king.
Right.
Nobody at all. You
Right.
get killed. The only person was this weirdo, crazy person.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous
Yep.
because you go in there and you saying some wild stuff to this person, and you better make them laugh, or if
Yeah.
not, like, you'll get killed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was
See-
the only person that could speak truth to power and react, like, in real, literally.
That's absolutely true, and I agree. You see this tuxedo, I wear this for a reason. They say dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I used to say I wanted to be Frank Sinatra. That's not true. I want to be Don Rickles. I want to be sitting next to that guy making fun of him. The only guy who could bust Frank Sinatra's balls was Don Rickles.
Yes.
And that's what I want to be.
Yes.
I want to just be having fun, making fun of the powerful rich guy sitting right there that paid my bills.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that's real.
Yeah.
Man. That is so real. Like, man, it's been really cool, like, talking to you.
It's been great talking to you. This is fun.
Yeah, we're going to do some more cool stuff, too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got to step my actual comedy game up. But I'm kind of funny, man.
I believe you,
Yeah.
and like honestly, anybody, I believe anybody can write 5 minutes of original material based on whatever they've got bouncing around in their head. If you can't, like, we can help you. And like I say, there's books available in classes. Like my buddy Mark Anunson teaches classes at Third Coast. Rick Roberts is another guy in town that teaches classes. And but if you just come out to open mics and you sit and you watch 1 week, write your best 5, and come back the next week, I guarantee you'll make friends and have fun. Like it's just a great time.
That sounds like a threat for a good time. You say you're gonna make friends and have fun.
You will. You will find. I mean, it may not be the friends you want, but you will gravitate
be
to
friends.
the people that are more like you, and you'll find whatever you're into. You'll find those idiots running around, doing stuff in town.
All right, so you're gonna help me with my comedy part. I got the on stage and the funny part. Like I can get up there,
Yeah.
which I had to make a. We got like 30 seconds, but I had to make a decision real quick. It was like, okay, do I want to be a comedian or do I just want to get some laughs? And then I cut off the comedian, and then I was the greatest.
Yeah.
But then I'm not doing the comedian thing, man. I want
That's
to be like
better. Do you want this life of misery and poverty? No. Show up every once in a while, get your laughs, have fun, and have a good life. Don't destroy your life doing comedy.
Damn, man, that sound like a Dare ad right there. Though.
I used to.
You
it's
make
like
comedy sound like crack.
It's like a Scared Straight program. I got asked to come to a school and do a career day for stand-up comedy. And I was like, kids, don't do this.
And we got 3 seconds, y'all. That was the message. Don't do this. Thank y'all.